Hello guys, how are you? I'm back here on Air Dutch. Man, I keep thinking, we're right there. We're getting down to the wire. It's almost done. And then I wander around for like 2 minutes and go, oh my gosh, the things that I have not completed yet. So here at the train station, I was thinking about doing, the flowers and the trees and the arches along the way into the farms. And I kind of like that. And I know on this side I had placed a bunch of things and I put the flowers down, and then I tried the wisteria on this side, and I'm sitting here looking at it today going, I don't know. I gotta wake up here and get this baby done. Actually, that's not what I'm looking for at all. I'm looking for this one. I was thinking about doing like so, just on either side of the station there. I just want the station to feel like it's a thing, that it's actually, highlighted better. And now, of course, this wisteria just sort of blends in and disappears there with the, with the weeping willow. Wow, my head just went woof. I don't know where I went, guys, but I left there for a minute. Oh, gosh. Okay, the wisteria. Blue and yellow is always nice. And I do have blue here already, so maybe that's the thing, because we do have the blue on either side here, so maybe that's what I should be putting here. I have a dream. And that's back in my head again. I haven't watched Mamma Mia again, but there it is. Okay, so we get our little do. This is this the thing? So if we continue, maybe what? Now I could have these in different colors. We could leave the yellow there. Now on either side of this one, though, I need different trees? What would it be? I've got the. Would it be these? Like so? Would this be a place to attempt to use maples, just to be really, really, really different? And then go back to those, and then we'd have two of these along here, like so. And again, would these be the same colors all the way along, or should I change things up? I have a dream. Oh, see, now here's the thing again. The original ones are blue, and maybe that's how you tell you're coming into the station. The wisteria changes to blue. Is that what we're doing? And then yellow everywhere else. Yellow is such a happy color. It's just like, yeah, I'm bright, I'm sunny. Can you see it? It's all nice. And then we put, okay, you know what? Let's pop these in. If we're going to use these, let's just put them in all the way. Get this done. At least that much will be sorted out and settled upon. Isn't that nice? Something settled upon. Ooh. So I think that's the last of them. Okay, so there. I got them on the other side, but that's a long haul, isn't it? One side at a time. Although I want to make sure they're even, so maybe I can't do one side at a time. Maybe not. Okay, so if we start with, we've got weeping willow, pine, move yellow wisteria. So we've got, if we go pine and then maple, pine and maple. Maybe if we just just alternate them, then I'll be able to keep track of what the heck I'm doing without having to run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Oh my. Yeah. But you know what? While we're doing that, then let's go ahead. We'll just put these in. Let's put them in all the way at the end. I keep thinking this map is almost done. This map is almost done. And then it's just, well, yeah, but when I start thinking about how to break down finishing into, 20-minute blips of recording or something with you guys, all of a sudden it feels like, oh God, I am so far away from ever being done. I don't even know what to think about that. We need to put in road along here too. I hadn't put the road in before because I wasn't sure which side of the field here that the track was going to end up in, but we do know now. So I could definitely put some road along there to speed up that walking process. And I've got trees in all the wrong places here. I can see that. I'll have to remove every other one of them. I wish I'd paid more attention when from the start. I could be taking some of these out now, but you know what? I didn't do that. So we're just going to waypoint back over here. All right, so if we start at the station or in blue, that's how we know we're at the station. And then we're going pine trees, maple, pine, maple, pine, maple. That is a pine. Then this would be a maple, yeah. And then I'll put all the maple trees up and go, no, the colors are just so wrong. I can't do that. Yeah, I can, anybody else feeling that this is just a matter of time? I'm sorry. Am I too predictable? She tries all the things and then she goes, yeah, that sucks. And then it's gone. And that one would be pine and this one would be maple. And then that one would be pine, and it is. So this is a goodly thing. And these will be, yes. See, I was hoping that that was held long enough to, there we go. That's holding long enough. And then this last one down here. Good job. Good, good. It was supposed to be recycled and then recycled. There we go. Then these would be maples as well. I have a dream, a song to sing. Oh, it's this beautiful, beautiful Monday. I have got cabin fever. Like I always get, the fall is always a rough time for me. I get very restless in the fall, and it's always been the case. It's a lifelong thing. It just is. I get very antsy in the fall, and we've had enough nights that have become cool enough. I don't know, the light has changed here already. It's I know we're into August, and that's probably high summer for a lot of people, but it's not here. You can feel that it's hot. It's still hot. It's still humid, and maybe it's just the angle of the lighting has changed, but it feels like fall is coming. Like you can tell. And I get antsy at the best of times in the fall. If I've had the kind of summer where I've been riding horses and taking long journeys on weekends and taking off for vacation somewhere, and I've just been wandering in one form or another, for the entire summer kind of thing, the fall comes and it gets tremendously worse. It kicks up. Oh, look, see, and we get trim here too. And I, of course, with COVID, I haven't gone anywhere in a year and a half. And I am losing my freaking mind. I'm getting, Lord. All the things that I thought were a problem before this year for me have suddenly paled to insignificance. It's like, yeah, who cares? I want to go somewhere. And I'm anxious. I'm anxious. I'm edgy. I'm getting twitch. Like physically, it's becoming it's not fun. I'm getting really, really just something. I don't know, just something. But I'm not enjoying it much. I need to get the hell out of here somewhere. I don't know what that means yet, but I used to do things in the fall, like take off in the woods, like just literally into the bush. And I had a little teeny tiny log cabin I'd built with the help of a friend. I didn't do it all by myself, but just the two of us. And it was very rustic. It was like cut down a log, skin it, take the bark off by hand, use a hatchet to cut a little notch in the bottom, start to log, pile it up. I was out in the woods collecting collecting moss and stuff to stuff it in the cracks to keep the logs from rotting and things like that. It was very rustic, but I'd go out and live in that for a couple of weeks at a time, or just pitch a tent somewhere. Just go pitch a tent somewhere far, far away and live in pretty primitive conditions, which suited me just fine at the time. But I liked it. Or just went somewhere. It would be, it was the fall that I got on a plane and went to Australia, planned a month-long visit, and then that was the trip. I think I've told you guys about this before. That was the trip when I was coming back. I was in Los Angeles and was at the airport to get on the next flight back to Canada, and I just like, there's just no freaking way. That was probably in October that year or something, by the time I was coming back anyway. And yeah, I ended up spending another month wandering around the western United States, up in the Bay Area of California, up in Napa Valley, a road trip across Arizona, just wandering. It's like, yeah, I'm just not ready yet. I cannot settle down for the winter yet. And I haven't done anything in a year and a half. And I spent an entire winter in this god-awful hole of a city. And I'm sorry, if you're somebody from Sudbury, and you're home here and you love it and you think it's wonderful, I'm really, really happy for you. But I've never liked the place. It's not for me, that's all. The area around it, and by around it, I mean, hours away. It can be pretty nice. If you go too far out in the bush, though, you just find out that it's all clear cut by the forest industry. We have laws that force them to keep, great swaths of trees around the roads and the rivers and the lakes, so the tourists never have to see how bad we've destroyed our environment. It's terrible. Oh God, it actually really is. I've spent most of my life fighting things like that and trying to replant and fix it and you just at some point you go, yeah, I can't plant trees as quickly as they're cutting them down. And so at some point you just give up. It's too bad. Just want to go somewhere else where they light trees. I don't know. I'm edgy. I am so edgy today. It's terrible. Like physically, I'm twitching. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if we're driving along, let's see how this, oh, no, sorry guys, critters need care. Yep, all my little pigums with their cute little pink cheeks. And my bunnies here are fine, but these pigs are needing food as well. See, I got my high summer or August clothes on. You've got the sleeveless little tee thing underneath it, your little tank top, because it can get warm. But then evening sets in and it gets chilly. So with a poncho, you can use it like a little blankie. It's great, right? I've got my end of August, first part of September clothes on my little girl here. Okay, and then we'll go take a look at what we've done. Okay, so at the station, the wisteria are all in blue, and that feels appropriate. And I might end up putting, 2 together there and 2 together. You know what? Let's just do that. The heck with might. Let's just try it and see what it looks like, shall we? Why? I think we shall. And I really want to, again, define a space. That's all I'm trying to do here is define a space. Which I might be able to do simply by putting up, hedges or a fence or something along this way, but I don't know, that feels like too much. Does it feel like the space has been defined? Does your eye kind of block it in better now? This is the station. I hope that's the case. I hope that's how everyone is feeling here. Because it has occurred to me, if I put flowers along here to there, I can get rid of this stuff now, can I? I can. That event is over. And I have my farm right now set to local, which means you won't see it listed as being online, because I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have a look over in the next couple of recordings. We're going to see how we're doing here. But depending on how much is going to be done, I'm thinking I'm just not even going to all that money. Oh, but if there's any chance at all that I will be recording the actual train ride finally in the next week or so, I do not want to be harvesting anything. I want everything to look good, right? So, yeah. I have a dream. Would the clock tower look better on this side? Would the clock tower look better here? And then the station. Now, I've put it here because I figure you come out of the station like this toward town, right? That's, yeah, I'm going to leave it. That's good. That's fine. Yeah, just walk away. It's fine. So what do we have over here? We have our blue and our weeping willows, and then we have pine yellow, maple yellow, pine yellow, maple yellow. That looks okay. We've got arches, I think, on all of them. Pine again, yellow, maple yellow, arch, 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 kadoo, kadoo, kadoo. The roads are not exactly what I would like them to be, and it has just occurred to me that if I had put this railroad in by 1, I could have continued my road along here, couldn't I? Oh, son of a gun. Really? Now I feel like I need to move everything. Sigh. All right, let's see how it looks from back here. I mean, I can't do the road here unless I put little tiny blips of road between all these other things. So it is on the other side, and these have got to be moved. These were just, I don't know where, but these have got to be moved. They're just here for the event. And yeah. So, I mean, the track works like a road for, movement purposes. This makes no difference whatsoever. But would it just look nicer? Kind of would, wouldn't it? If I had just moved that over by 1. Oh, cockapoo. What do you think? I think, dang. I'm sorry. It just feels like, why didn't I do that in the first place? I mean, there was probably a reason. I just can't imagine for the life of me what the heck it was. Yeah, the reason was I was, too tired and not thinking? That would never happen. Darn, guys. I'm so sorry. See, for the people who write to me and say, oh, you're so creative. No, I just make the mistakes until it's fixed. It's just like, if you just keep mucking around with things, at some point it looks like you knew what you were doing. It's easy. Anybody can do this. You just have to be willing to, make mistakes. You have to be willing to just go, I'll make a decision even if it's wrong. Who cares? It's wrong. You can fix it. It's only a freaking game. This is not life or death here. It's just a game. Who cares? Make all the mistakes. Just do it again. Although I have to admit, I've probably done that same thing too often in real life, but it's true. Oh well, what can I say? My life has never been boring. Oh my goodness, my goodness. So I have to figure out how to get back to Scotland and be safe. I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people that are just putting their own selfish desires of, above the safety of other people during a period of time when life is just so messy. If I could find an airline, or I don't know, I may have to, I may have to do some fundraising or something to get, I have extras now because that's longer than it should have been. To just get a better ticket, that's like in a not first class because dream on, but you know, something that where seating is further apart on an airline that's being super careful. I will be double masked the entire time, you know, making sure they're still taking COVID tests, you know, before you get on the flight, making sure I can take a taxi from the airport back to my home, which is an investment in itself, but you know, not get on the bus and then the train. And oh my goodness, I don't know, I don't want to get somebody else sick because I'm being an idiot and selfish. And I know in the UK right now, the Canadians don't actually have to quarantine per se. They just have to stay for 2 weeks wherever it is they're going. And it doesn't even say on your own. I mean, you could walk into a house with a bunch of other people and get them sick. And you do have to take a couple of COVID tests, I think 2 days and then 8 days later or something like that. But I will be self-isolating anyway. I mean, come on. As if I would not be self-isolating. That's just stupid head thinking. Okay, I'm going to put that one over here and do one little path to you know what, it's fine. Okay, so it does feel tidier, doesn't it? It makes more sense than having just the road end because the train track took a curve that it didn't have to. And you know, now that I'm sitting here walking this, why didn't they put the train track beside that? And then I could have put trees up through the center of this. But you know what? That would have been, you know, too easy to do it right the first time. On the other hand, I was probably thinking about leaving a little space between the property and here. I'm wondering if I was even thinking about putting a hedge along the edge of this property, which is quite possibly the case. You know, that might be, folks. But I think I could put a road here, couldn't I? Da-dum, ba-dum. La-da-da-dum. La-da-da-dum. And there we go. And there we go. So now that road is connecting, and that's, you know, again, what I'm trying to do is make sure that every place that I might want to wander in this game has got roads in it. And this one is kind of a weird thing because the road used to go off somewhere else. This wasn't just some arbitrary weird curve like why did she do that this time thing. Although it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? But the road used to go in a different direction, you know, as I continue to move things, right? But yeah, anyway. So that can go there. And then this would do what? Would it come up and catch here? And this, of course, we do have to go around this bit of stream there. Oh, good job. Yeah, the other day when I couldn't get that to work, it was just my my key on my mouse wasn't working. And that's probably okay like that. And then that goes in to visit that fella. You can bring him lunch the odd time. Say, hey, how you doing? And, you know, stuff like that. We could put that right there. You know what? Right here. How about that right there? Just tuck it in that little spot. If you see the wonder. And we do have, did you notice? That right there. And willows like streams. So I think we're onto something here, folks. We got one there beside that. That's good. Like so, or like so, I guess. And obviously another spot with no cattails. We can't have that. They grow everywhere and I want them everywhere. Can I put it here? I can. I can put it here, like so. And a little one maybe down along. Too much? Nah, it'll be fine. Some places are a little wilder than others. That's all it is. Sure, we got this. It's all good. And we'll run right along back here. Entirely. Do. How's that? Does that look like it's kind of wild and woolly? On this side, I mean, this one, for whatever reason, this one's bugging me. It feels like, yeah, that's too much. Come on, can I pick that thing up? No. And this happens sometime when you're along the edge of a block that you can't build on. It gets strange sometimes. Oh, see, that's not what I wanted to do either. Nope, just you. I want it right like so. Thank you. Gee willikers. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just a little bit of something there. That's okay. And maybe one more over like so. Perfect. It's perfect. Yes, I am saying perfect with a K at the end. It's gotten into my head years ago and I've never actually shaken it. There is a program called The Darling Buds of May. It is based off of a book by the same name about a family in England, in Kent actually, around the time of the Second World War, or just after, maybe just after it. And yeah, and Pop Larkin, he says things are perfect. It's how he pronounces it, and it got into my head, and I love the Larkins. They're a lot more likable in the TV series, which is years and years old. It's quite old, but if you can find it, if you subscribe to BritBox, it is on there. And the Pop Larkin of the television series, played by David Frost, who is, I love him. I absolutely love him. He's just such a great guy, a great actor. He's much more likable in the TV series than in the book. In the book, it's a little less so. He's not perfect, but I love him. He's just, yes, I love Pop Larkin so much. And Ma, oh, they're great people. They're fabulous, wonderful people. But he always says perfect with a K. It's PRFIK, ICK. And it got into my head decades ago, and I'm afraid it's just stayed there. You know how things do. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I'm going to keep placing reads here for the next frickin' hour, rambling on about just stupid things. So thank you guys for being here. We're just another step closer to whatever it is I have in my head that is slowly seeping out. One more step, one more thing. See, this feels on that side like, okay, this could be considered done now. This is not dreadful at all. It feels like it's had attention. It's not crowded, it's not busy, but it gives your eyes something to look at, and it feels like somebody was here. You know, Ava was here. Got written across it. I gotta figure out where to put those. I do not want those left there. And there we go. One more step along the way, guys. The edgy step. I'm twitching in tension today. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being kind. Please forgive me for, I've been so tired of this massive headache, and I came out of it just on edge last night, and I can't quite seem to shake it, so I apologize. I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you for your kindness, your views, your follows, your thumbs up, and for being so supportive and precious in my life. Bye-bye.